Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video review, this time of Star Wars The Clone Wars Armored Scout Tank with Tactical Droid. So here you go. So this review is really just of Tactical Droid. I will mention the tank, but I'm not too into that. So this is really just going to be Tactical Droid. But I will talk about the tank slightly in the beginning here. So here's the packaging. Really don't like this packaging, mostly because of how dark it is. It's hard to see in, and in the store it doesn't look too good because, you know, this is all covering him. It's got this massive sticker just like in the middle of the thing. So yeah, so that was a shame. Yeah, the tank is in there right now, and the reason that I had no interest in this tank was because from the first Star Wars, where it was the Phantom Menace with Darth Maul. They released a battle droid with that same exact tank, and so that was many years ago, and I bought it just like a year or two after it came out, and really didn't like it. You know, it was totally out of scale, and it just didn't look very good. And yeah, I don't like it. And then they reused it in the Clone Wars packaging in like 2009, and now they're reusing it in the 2010 packaging with the Tactical Droid. And nothing too special there. The paint's better. I will say that the paint's very nice, but not too great. And back here we have a large picture of the Tactical Droid, which is really cool. And then some artwork of the Tactical Droid manning this tank, the scout tank. Yeah, so nothing special. I mean, when you turn the knob, it does shoot out too. But these things in the show were so big, you know. This is where like the battle droids went in, you know. So having it down so much, I really don't like that. But there he is. There's the toy actually on the thing, and a little bio up here. It shows the little gimmick, and then some others. The Mandalorian and some type of clone. So yeah, so nothing special with this box. And it does fold out to be a diorama, which I thought was a neat feature, but it's just something that I'm not really too interested in. But it was a nice feature for any people that like to display their toys and dioramas and stuff. That's pretty nice. And what I do have out of the package, usually I leave this stuff in the package, but I took it out this time, is here's the Galactic Battle dice, and they're cool. They're like dice, just they're hollow. So yeah. And then we have a card, which is very nice. Shows the tactical droid there, which is really cool. And this tactical droid happens to be the TA-175. So pretty cool. And he's got some good numbers. I don't really know what the numbers are, how good they are, but they seem to be pretty high. So here you go. So now here is the toy. Okay, wow. I was really looking forward to getting this toy, but because it came with the tank and everything, it cost $17, and I wasn't willing to pay $17 just for this one figure at the time. But now that I did, I am so happy, and what an amazing figure. Absolutely love it. Obviously comes with a base, two ball joints there, and let me go over articulation. Articulation, this guy absolutely exceeds in articulation. Now his head and his neck, down at the lower neck in his like body right there, that has a ball joint, which is pretty good. Allows some decent articulation there in the head, and hold on, let me. There we go. Decent articulation in the head. The ball-jointed head, ball-jointed shoulders on both sides, hinge elbows, and swivel wrists. And then a swivel upper torso, and ball-jointed thighs, and ball-jointed ankles. So very nice. Some huge articulation on this guy. He's just lacking in knees. But this is the Tactical Droid. You know, they're droids first of all, so they don't really need too much knee articulation. Plus, this one isn't even like a battle or anything. He really just stands there, and so yeah, so he doesn't really need the knee articulation, and I'm fine with that. Getting the tank with this guy, I thought maybe they limit his articulation a lot, but they totally didn't. They really did some great articulation. If there was one thing that I could complain about with the articulation, it would be I would have loved some swivel elbows, because the tactical droids have this kind of like stance a lot. Let's see if I can get another example. I'm trying to find a good figure on my shelf to do it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Just using Mace Windu. Okay, because, oops, I guess he's got this, rubber band on, but in the show, the tactical, droids seem to do this a lot, kind of like behind their back, you know, and then just kind of like watch over things. Wow, that really doesn't look good. Hold on, let me get a good example for you guys. Okay, here's one. Here, this guy should be a bit better, I think. So yeah, but just the kind of, you know, hands behind the back, just watching over the troops and everything, kind of like this. Yes, and I would have loved the tactical droids to be able to do that, because that's what they do in many episodes. So for him to not be able to do that is a bit of a shame, but not too bad. You know, it's okay. He comes with a standard battle droid blaster. I think maybe there was like one episode where he had a blaster, but that's about it. You know, it's just an accessory to give him, so that's nice, you know. And if you don't want it, you can take it off. I actually have it. I kept the rubber band on, so yeah, but you can take the rubber band off and take it off, and it will be fine. But I tend to leave it on. The tactical droids are probably my favorite droids, and possibly my favorite characters throughout Clone Wars. I'm not saying too much my favorite characters, but my favorite droids, almost, and one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite. You know, they definitely beat out Total 360, and I'm a big Total 360 fan. I like these guys even more. They're just really cool. They're not for battle. They just really weigh options and just give the commanders and the generals the best tactical option, where they would probably win or lose the least amount of troops and stuff, and they're really cool. They're probably the highest ranked droids, because sometimes they substitute for generals and commanders and stuff like that on like ships and on like bases, you know, where they can't just like put out a general or something. They use a tactical droid, and they're just really awesome. For each general, they typically have a different color. This is a pretty plain color, and in the latest Clone Wars episode just aired, and this tactical droid was in it, and in the same coloring too, so that was really cool. If you want to see that episode, that is like part 1 of, I think it's going to be 3, from the, part 1 of the season finale for, Clone Wars Season 3, where Ahsoka gets captured by the Bosk people. Yeah, so, but yeah, he was in it at the beginning, and, very cool. So, very nice, articulation's great, paint is looking great. I mean, really, paint's all good. It's on there pretty nicely and not bad. I like their feet. They're very nice and they're very stable. Allow him to really do whatever, because his feet are on ball joints, which is nice. And if you saw an episode where a tactical droid was like had like some buttons on his arms or whatever, and if he pressed it one more time, it would electrocute this Jedi and he'd die. I'm redoing like the episode, and Jedis come in, they cut off his arm, and then he goes trying to get his arm to press the button to kill the Jedi. And if you wanted to like reenact that scene, you can, because this guy is covered with ball joints. He does have removable limbs, so if you want him to be to reenact that scene or create a different one or have some Jedi kind of like mess him up, you know, you can do that, and it's pretty cool. You can take off all of his limbs, his thighs, his shoulders, and his head as well. It's all on ball joint. You can take off his ankles, pretty much everything. The only hinges that he has, he's got a hinge for an elbow, and then he's got a swivel upper torso, and that is it. Everything else is ball joints. So many removable parts. If you want to create kind of battle scenes and stuff, you can do that. So that's pretty cool. And then they come on fine, and they're not loose at all after they're on. Again, they're good. And so, awesome figure, highly recommended by me. I mean, the sculpting is great, great face. I think tactical droids have some of the most unique faces, kind of like the beak mouth, which is really cool. Pretty big stomach, which looks very nice and just very cool, detailed, fantastic, and just everything. You got a blaster, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, it certainly didn't need to come with the blaster, and it did. So that is cool to have if you like the blasters. And yeah, the tactical droids is probably the only separatist droid that isn't so skinny. I mean, the battle droids, super battle droids, aqua droids, commander droids, they all have extremely skinny waists. You know, the upper might be big, but the skinny waist. This guy doesn't have to. He's not too skinny when it comes to the stomach. So he's just a really neat sculpt, and I thought that he was just a brilliant design by whoever designed this guy from Clone Wars. And I've always loved him since the first time I saw him. And to finally get the toy is pretty amazing and very nice. So I highly recommend that you go out and buy this guy. I actually bought him because I had a coupon, $5 off when you buy any Clone Wars vehicle, and he does come with a vehicle, so you can do that, and then it'll cost you about $12, and that's what I did. And especially if you want the vehicle and the figure, 100% go ahead, do it right now. But if you just want the figure like myself, $12 is perfectly worth it for him. Depending on how big of a fan you are of this guy, $17. Even if you don't have a coupon, you might want to go pick him up. And I seriously considered it without the coupon. I said, you know, I was gonna go up and try to use the coupon, but if it didn't work, I would buy him at the regular price anyway. But it did, so I didn't need to. So very nice, and you could get a couple more and repaint them, and because they had different colors in the show. The episode, like 2 weeks ago, I think, was had a tactical droid in it that was purple and yellow. That looked pretty cool. If you want to repaint these guys, you can totally do it. It looks like he has like a little peg hole where you can peg something in it. It's not. It's just painted black. So there you go. So that is my video review for Star Wars The Clone Wars Tactical Droid. Just a fantastic figure, one of the best, one of my favorites right now, and just great. And I love these fingers. They're sculpted really nicely. So there you go. That's my review of Star Wars The Clone Wars Tactical Droid with the tank. And he is TA 175. Thanks for watching.